As we move to the back half of the year, we know a majority of the remaining Switch lineup, and we definitely know the games we're excited for. But what about the big questions we have left for Nintendo in 2018? That is what we're here to discuss today. And Gabe, it's a pretty big list that we cut down. We have a lot of questions for Nintendo, but I felt like this was a good area to focus on because we know, obviously, like we're excited for Smash Bros. Ultimate, we're excited for Pokemon Let's Go, we're excited for Super Mario Party. That's like kind of a given. Those games are it's just fact. But what about the things that we don't know, and what about the things that we are curious about? The first one, I think, and it's probably the biggest, it'll have the most intensity around it up until launch, given the rumor verse, given the speculative verse. Super Smash Bros. Final roster. Will there be more new characters? Will there be DLC? That is definitely going to be a huge question all the way up to December 7th.
Yeah, we know that Sakurai kind of likes to underpromise and overdeliver in terms of what Smash games end up becoming. He said in the past that there was going to be no DLC for Wii U, and sure enough, there was a bunch of it. So yes, what is that final roster going to be when it's all said and done? And that includes DLC. Will they support this game with DLC like they have for the majority of their first-party lineup? Of course, Mario Odyssey doesn't have the support that we would like as far as DLC goes, but even Kirby is seeing characters added all the time to play with. So I'd be really bummed if we didn't get more stuff. I have to think that something else is coming. There's the rumor of assignment Belmont, things of that nature. So something is coming. Is it going to be the Reddit and 4chan like rumor list that shows a ton of stuff? Probably not, but something has to happen, right?
Yeah, and I don't think we'll probably know about DLC plans before launch, but we'll definitely get more characters. Bill Trinan said that they're not ready to talk about it now. They will as they approach December 7th. And you could look at that and say, well, that's not confirmation. That's not denial. But they clearly have things to discuss, and they're clearly waiting for the appropriate time, whether it's a direct or whether it's a specific event or whatever, whatever that may be. I think we absolutely will get more characters, and I think this will sort of be the hottest topic of rumors, of leaks, until it's all said and done. And hey, it would be great if they were able to leave at least one nugget completely secret until the game came out. I miss the days of getting a game and like being able to unlock and being surprised. If it's not a reveal, like an intentional reveal, it's a data mine reveal or something of the sort. Could we have like a secret character in Smash? That would be the ultimate glory, I think.
It'd be very, very exciting, Zach. But on top of that, something that'd be exciting, a little bullet point I wanted to add to this question is, what are the modes going to be? Will they have a subspace emissary type mode or something adventure style where they can showcase a little bit more of the single player fun? And what they've done with Splatoon and Mario Tennis, where they have their single player content kind of teach you the ropes and have you be more prepared for when you jump into multiplayer. If they can do something like that, that'd be really cool. We, of course, have no idea what any of that's going to be like in Smash. So, yeah, that's the big Smash question for me.
It would be huge if there was new mode. I don't think that there will be, but it would be huge.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. The online service. What does that finally look like when it finally releases? Is there anything more to discuss? They keep saying there is. They keep saying there's more plans to talk about as they approach the launch. But will there be anything substantial? Will they utilize that date to push a lot of apps that we've been waiting for? Will they give more of an explanation on how the back catalog works with the NES games and how often they're rolling them out? And will they ever advance to Super Nintendo or beyond? I think that's going to be very interesting. The flipping of the switch from not paid to paid, it's happened before with PlayStation Network and things of that sort. So, whether you're frustrated about it or excited for it, it's a low price that, it's going to happen. How many people do they get on board? How does it affect player bases? Will it affect player bases? I'm kind of curious.
I mean, it'll affect player bases, but not in any way that one notice. Like, sure, there might be less people playing Splatoon 2, but you're still going to be in matches with the same. I don't think you're gonna have trouble finding any matches in any game.
Absolutely not. I guess more just like, does the date pass with not a whole lot of fanfare, or is it like, there's a big frustration? Is there a big reveal? We've seen some like odd rumors and articles even about like, a game launch. I don't think that's happening. I don't think that there's a surprise game coming early September. But I would love to see apps or themes or something of the sort, or at least a path laid forward for how the back catalog, for how Nintendo's nostalgia plan is going to all pan out.
Nintendo loves making those like videos where they just upload them to YouTube and their socials where they explain the new features that they have like going on, right? They're very polished, very presented. I wonder if they'll do something like that, because I want to know how these classic games are going to work, right? Yes, they're classic games, so they're going to work how they work, but they have like online now. That's gonna be like very weird to see implemented. Like exactly how does that work? Are you and I gonna like just be able to invite each other, jump in, and will it just be like super seamless? I can't wait to see how that's gonna go. So for me, that's the big question as far as the online, because Virtual Console, by all intents and purposes, it's done. This is it now. You know, eventually,
Right.
will they add new platforms? Will we see Super Nintendo, Game Boy stuff on there? That's pretty much what I want to know as well. I know for the time being, they're focusing on NES, but can they evolve from that? Can they change their mind? Nintendo's known to do that every once in a
They
while.
better. They
So
better. They absolutely better. We'll move to the middle of our list, and this one, frankly, fits perfectly in the middle of the list because it could either slide way down depending on what it is, or it could slide way up depending on what it is. And that would be the mystery games that are still to come in 2018. They have said that, hey, there's still more of the lineup, and it just hasn't been revealed yet, which is very odd. And I think most of us assume that it's third-party related because the idea of Nintendo having a surprise Pikmin 4 that's ready to go doesn't make a lot of sense. Or maybe it is another Wii U port or something along the lines of Mario Maker, New Super Mario Bros. Those fit the expected narrative. Will it be even that cool, though? Or is it something like we just saw this morning where, hey, the South Park The Stick of Truth is coming digitally to Switch? If it's at that level, this becomes a lot less important. But if it is something as big as, you know, a reworked Mario Maker or a nice third-party edition, it could definitely help launch this lineup to even greater heights as we approach the holidays.
yeah, I want to know when we're gonna know these things, right? Like time's starting to run out. Like we're approaching the mid.
They got time. It's July.
Yeah, but you want to tell people ahead of time that these things are happening, right?
I mean, ideally. I mean, they do, I know they're not going to do this with a retail release, but I do love the new trend of like Hollow Knight now, Fortnite now. Like, I like that a lot. And it's not going to happen with a retail box product, at least not this year. But I do long for the day when, you know, like the way that you get like the Beyonce album drop. I just want Nintendo to be like, Pikmin 4, available today. Like, how crazy would that be? I don't
Way
even
too
know how
much
you
of an
hide
investment
that.
in these games for that to
Yeah,
happen.
I know, but
Yeah.
if it could ever happen. But yeah, what these games are, hopefully we know. And that kind of leads to the next question, which is when is the next Direct? We've seen the July rumors that something seems to be rumbling. Will it be a Direct? Will it be just a mini announcement? Nobody knows. I don't think we're getting this big, massive Direct that we've seen rumored with like all of these games and all of these characters. But I absolutely believe that either now, soon, or you know maybe around early September, we will get something preceding the fall launches, right? Preceding Mario Party, preceding Pokemon, preceding Smash. There's going to be a Direct. I think that part is almost a given.
Yeah, I even wonder if we'll see two directs before the year's
For
over.
the rest of the year. Yeah, I think that's definitely plausible. And will one focus on, you know, will it be a Smash heavy thing? Will it be a Pokemon heavy thing? Will they lead a little bit into 2019? You know, we know about Yoshi and Fire Emblem. We hope Metroid Prime is there. Will they want to lay the groundwork knowing that one of the biggest complaints this year was the lack of clarity? Will they want to kind of rework that for 2019?
All right, so if we have to guess though, when would you say their next direct is coming? Whether it be a mini or whether it be a full-on direct, when do you think the next time we get a direct is?
I think the July idea is a bit premature. You know, September seems like it's enough space between E3 and that, and enough space before the launches. So, you know, late August, early September feels right to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say sometime in August, probably late August is what I would go. I mean, they could still do September. I mean that's perfectly fine. They're still gonna have weeks and weeks ahead of time to push whatever they're gonna announce and hopefully release very quickly. But yeah, it's so odd the way they're doing this now, where they want such a small lead up to these games being released. Like that's not what video game companies have done traditionally, for the most part. Nintendo loves doing that, and we'll see how it shakes out for them.
If it's an addition, like, hey, this game is also coming to Switch, you don't need a whole lot of time. If it's a brand new product, maybe you need a bit more prep. So it kind of just depends on their behind the scenes plans that we don't know. But I'm all for multiple. I'm all for another mini direct. That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Give us a mini. We'll take a mini, and then I'd love a 2019 direct towards the end of the year to kind of highlight what we can expect. But what can we expect from Pokemon? Well, over here at Switch Force, we expect quite a lot, but there has been some initial hate. So will Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee be able to overcome that negativity and sort of reach not only sales success, because that's basically inevitable, but will it be able to sort of win over the Switch community and become a fan favorite title? Or will it kind of sit in this awkward space where it's like, yes, we got Pokemon, but it really doesn't feel like the Pokemon we want?
That Pokemon's coming next year, so you'll be fine. But Yeah, I just maintain that this Pokemon wasn't necessarily made for the hardest of core, and
Absolutely.
they've made that clear.
I
You're
do think there's an opportunity though for it to come out and sort of change the narrative. It looks gorgeous. If it does, pan out that hey, the hardcore elements are still there. There still is challenge. The end game is rewarding. We love battling and trading, and it looks great and plays great and works wonderfully on the Switch. It definitely could transition to be a more, in the core Nintendo, the YouTube Nintendo, the Reddit Nintendo fan base, it could be something that is more beloved than it is currently. And I'm curious to see how that shakes out once it launches.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's still gonna play it, right? I don't foresee.
I hope, I assume.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna like skip this thing over, despite the reservations. I feel like once they get their hands on it and they see just how cool the game looks in person, and how much things kind of are the way you remember them, except for fighting the wild Pokemon and catching. But once you move past that stuff and you get used to it, I feel like people are gonna be okay with it. At least that's my hope. I know when we played it at E3, I was surprised how much fun it was, and I flung a Pokeball at a screen. Well, not like that was the thing I did. So yeah.
I still maintain it's the best realization of the Pokemon world ever. From a visual and just immersion perspective.
Well, yeah, because the other ones are on handhelds, and yeah.
Well, even still, like the aspects of having the Pokemon on your shoulder, having them follow you, like there are some nice nuances that do enhance the experience, and I think even if it's not utilized by everyone, the ability to play co-op is really kind of cool. There's a lot of customization. I still think it's shaping up well. And as a bullet point for this one, how will the sales figures rumble out when it comes to Pokemon versus Smash? I'm definitely interested to see how those, kind of compete, being less than a month apart.
Yeah, I mean, the hardcore will say we've had Pokemon follow us before, so like it's not like new necessarily. Like it's a thing that's happened. So
it's to me it is again the best implementation and realization of the concept of being in that world, and I'm very excited to see how it shakes out. How will the rest of the year shake out? Which of these questions is most important to you? Is it regarding the Smash roster, those mystery games, the next Direct? And I will bring a bonus one in, Gabe. We're going to go with a bonus question here before we wrap up, which is accessories. Will there be more Joy-Con? Will there be more Pro Controller? Because where are they?
You're getting a Pokeball.
The accessory champs over at Nintendo took the year off, apparently. There just hasn't been a whole lot of that. And we know that the GameCube controllers are going to be, making a resurgence with Smash. But, man, are they going to do Joy-Con for Pokemon? Are they going to do a Pro Controller for Mario Party? Is anything going to happen? Are we even going to get just like a simple new color scheme? That's one that just constantly confuses me of why they have not kept the train rolling with accessories. So will we get those? Let us know any other questions you have for the rest of 2018 and Nintendo in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest and greatest from Nintendo and the eventual answers to these important questions. We've got a big rest of the year planned for you, and Nintendo does as well. So make sure to stay tuned. In the meantime, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Fantastic day. For myself and Gabe, Switch Force, out.